Hard to believe it's already been over a week since the beginning of baseball's winter meetings. This would have been the second full day in San Diego, and that was the fullest, as I recall, with the BBWAA meeting, Rob Manfred meeting with the media, Scott Boras having his stand-up routine annually. We all look forward to that. Brandon Hyde had his manager session. Michael Ice had his daily media scrum in his suite. And then, of course, there was the first draft lottery. So that was a full day. The Orioles have not made a move since they've gotten back. We see what other teams are doing, of course. And that pitching market is really getting thinner with two more agreements reached yesterday. Chris Bassett going to the Blue Jays, 3 years, $60 million. And the guy I thought was a potential matcher was Sean Manaea, 2 years, $25 million to the Giants. I was thinking he might get 4. Certainly 3, ends up getting 2, which is curious. And I know trade rumors had him going 4. He kind of spun the other way. Most contracts are much bigger than were anticipated. This one was smaller. It even includes an opt-out. Don't know if the Orioles were ever in on that. That just seemed to be one that might make sense to them. So what now? I still think, and there are other pitchers still out there, obviously, but if you're really looking for a number one at this point, you're not going to spend. And let's, again, not talk about Carlos Rodon, please. I just can't anymore. It really may be via a trade. And we've talked before that this is an avenue that they could certainly travel. The advantages, of course, is that the contract's set, so you don't have to worry about it being priced out. And the player has no say in it unless he has a no-trade clause. But, of course, you still have to reach an agreement with that other team. They also have a say in it and agree on what package goes back. I think that could still happen. And more likely, I would think, from the collection of prospects they have now than subtracting from the Major League roster, because they really don't want to do that while they're trying to contend next season. They want to punch a hole in that lineup, so we'll see how that works out. But it just looks to me, and this could be a total moot point here, maybe even by 5 minutes after you watch this, maybe they go ahead and sign somebody. It just seems like a trade might be the easier way to go. And certainly, again, you can already know what you're getting into with the money. You don't have to worry about an agent agreeing to that deal, but it's really thinning out right now, especially for number ones. And certainly Kyle Gibson wasn't signed to be one of those, but if you just took the collection you have right now, and again, I think they're going to add somebody else, but if you took that collection and went into camp and just had a free-for-all battle royal for the first spot in the rotation, he would certainly be a guy that would have some qualifications beyond some of the unproven guys, and certainly they're not going to stick Grayson Rodriguez with that responsibility on day one. So we'll have to see what they're going to do with the pitching. But more guys are dropping off the board, and we're still really trying to figure out what their comfort zone is, what the parameters are for a deal for a starting pitcher. Maybe a trade is the way to go.